Welcome, everybody, to Top Dog Coverage, where it is going to be a crazy Week 12. We don't know exactly what's going to be happening because Week 12 is tough. People are starting to come into their playoff seed rankings. At the Broncos are 9-2. The Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5. What are we doing here? So we are going to have to find out these really, really tough games that we're going to have to predict today, and we're going to have some reasoning for it. C-Dub, what's going on, baby?
What up? It's another day, another dollar.
It is another day and another dollar, my friend. So we have been scrounging around here, just trying to make everything as best as possible for you guys, to make sure that you guys see us a little bit more here and a little bit more there. So we are here live on YouTube and on Instagram. So hopefully, if you guys see us, make sure that you follow us on Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Swipe up. Make sure you leave some comments. Hit those 5 stars. Hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 250 subscribers right now on YouTube. So if you guys want to help out, make sure you hit it. Hit that little bell. Let us know that you want to see more of that little bell of the notification when we are on.
We're on the road to 500. Let's be real.
We are. We have baby steps, I guess, right? Baby steps.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're live and in color, so we might as well tell them the real deal Holyfield.
Real deal Holyfield. Kind of want to go back watch some of those Holyfield matches. Good boxer. But what I will say is that we have upgraded a couple things. Shout outs to a couple different people. You can see those down in the show notes. Actually, if you want some of these cool graphics, cool intros, cool outros, make sure that you guys go into the description and hey, hit these people up. Let them know that you want something just as cool as this, because they're the ones that made it.
Elite.
And shout outs to our sponsor. We'll get right into that, which is Norse-Hall.com. If you guys want some hot sauce and some mead, 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 which is a honey wine, go to Norse-Hall.com, and they have some awesome fire hot sauce. Hot sauce on a stick. Fire sauce on a stick. It's awesome. But they have some of the greatest flavors, and the heat could be here, right around there. It's just for your flavor, just for your temperament. So make sure you go to Norse-Hall.com. C-Dub, we went over a couple things yesterday, a couple news things happening in Week 12, ending of Week 11, I should say.
That we did.
And some injuries that are catastrophic to some teams, but also that shed light on some new things as well, right? So would you like to get into some small little news?
Yeah, we got a little bit.
Yeah, we got a little something going on.
We got something to share.
I think we always got a little something to share. So let's let's get into the news, baby. Shall you start or shall I?
Yeah, let me kick things off. So, obviously the NFL was focused on expanding their reach, especially globally. Europe remains a key target for the NFL's ongoing international expansion. One of the cities yet to host a regular season game is Paris, but that could change very soon. France has been on the league's radar since at least 2022. A number of new European markets have been explored in recent years, including debut regular season games in Ireland, Spain, both taking place in 2025. Dublin and Madrid could very well continue to serve as host cities moving forward, and Paris could join them as early as next year. So you might hear in the next couple of weeks that we might be having a game internationally, and that game may be in Paris. Saints president Dennis Lasha said via NOLA.com's Jeff Duncan, "We have the rights to the country of France and Monaco, so that makes so much sense. We think we're really excited about that possibility." So the Saints are currently the only NFL team with international marketing rights in France. As such, it would come as no surprise if they were the designated home team for the league's first ever Paris contest. Lasha added a game there could take place as early as next season. That timing would align with the NFL's process in terms of evaluating venues and logistical matters relative to other new host cities.
Paris, huh?
Paris.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've already gone through what team has which cities and such like that. It is becoming more and more global. You know, they're gonna bring it out to Europe and the UK, and that's what's happening right now. And perfect
Yeah,
spot for the Saints too, right? I mean, exactly
absolutely.
the perfect spot. And who wouldn't want to have a glass of wine next to the Eiffel Tower and watch a couple touchdowns?
And watch the Saints shuck it. Like, it's great.
There you
You
go.
know.
I will actually take that and go to Cleveland if I could. So the Cleveland Browns are starting Shedeur Sanders in Week 12 with Dylan Gabriel in concussion protocol. The 2-8 Browns will turn to their third starting quarterback of the season in Week 12. The 5th-round rookie Shedeur Sanders will get the nod against the Raiders on Sunday. Head coach Kevin Stefanski announced. Gabriel suffered his injury in last Sunday's loss to the Ravens, paving the way for Sanders' NFL debut. He completed 4 of 16 passes for 47 yards and an interception in relief of Gabriel, a third-round rookie who has struggled mightily since taking over in Week 5. The Browns named Gabriel their starter after trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals on October 7th. The left-hander has tossed 7 touchdowns against 2 interceptions in 8 games, but he has posted a subpar 59.2 completion percentage and an 80.8 passer rating this season. His 30.9 QBR ranks 32nd in the NFL. So Shedeur Sanders getting his first start of the season, and we'll see how it goes. I certainly.
You've been pushing for this all season.
Oh, you don't you.
You've been a Shedeur truther since the beginning.
Oh man, if people only knew
how. Oh wait. Oh, you're dirty. I thought I'm thinking Nick. My bad.
Nick has been on it. Nick has definitely been on it. Shout outs to our boy Nick Stanley, huge Ravens fan, big Shedeur Sanders supporter. Look, everybody's got their thing.
How conflicting is that? You know, Shedeur goes to the Browns. He's a Ravens fan. It's stuff.
Yeah, a little in division confliction going on there.
Yeah.
You would think, right? I mean, man,
we hope that he does well. It's an interesting test for Mr. Shedeur against the Raiders. I mean, they kind of just gave up on the Cowboys in the Monday night game, so I don't know if they'll be having something to prove. I don't know. Something's going on with that team, so we'll see which Raiders team we get.
God help him with Crosby coming after him.
All right, cool. Do you mind if I take it back?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to New Orleans, where the Saints are waiving one of their veteran playmakers. So the well-traveled wide receiver Brandon Cooks could land with another team in the coming days. The Saints and Cooks mutually agreed to part ways on Wednesday. Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football reports Cooks will be free to sign anywhere if he goes through waivers unclaimed. So the move to cut Cooks came after he renegotiated his contract down, according to Underhill. He had a little over $2 million in guarantees left, including a 2026 salary of approximately $1.7 million. New Orleans Football colleague Mike Triplett notes. Now 32 years old, Cooks entered the NFL as a first-round pick of the Saints in 2014. After spending his first 3 years in New Orleans, he divided the next 8 among the Patriots, Rams, Texans, and Cowboys. Cooks returned to the Saints on a 2-year, $13 million deal last March. With the Saints well out of contention, Cooks' name came up in the rumor mill ahead of the November 4th trade deadline. A trade involving Cooks would have been his 5th. That would have set a new NFL record, but the Saints didn't find a taker. However, one could emerge now that adding Cooks won't require starting draft compensation. So the Bills, Broncos, and Steelers are among contenders that were looking for a receiver before the deadline. None of those teams acquired one, which could make any of them logical landing spots for Cooks. It's worth pointing out that Cooks began his career under Broncos head coach Sean Payton, then with the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was still delivering when he was over at the Cowboys too, man. Like, you know, he was still making bomb plays, running down the field, catching balls, making life difficult for defenses. So it's not like he still doesn't have a decent step going on over there. He still knows how to play the game, and I think a team would be lucky to have him. Doesn't have to be the wide receiver one or anything like that, but he could still stretch the field and he could still play the game.
Yeah, he's not the same athlete that he was, but I mean, he's still a veteran receiver. He's been in this league, perennial 1,000-yard receiver, so he does still have talent and value. and he can bring leadership to that locker room wherever he does land. So I'm assuming he's going to find somewhere that he has the best chance to get a ring too. So
yeah, I could see that. Let me take it over to the West Coast here with the Los Angeles Rams placing Rob Havenstein, Tyler Higbee, and Quentin Lake on IR. So the Rams are losing a trio of key contributors for at least 4 games apiece. The team has placed right tackle Rob Havenstein, tight end Tyler Higbee, and safety Quentin Lake on the IR. Head coach Sean McVay announced to Sarah Barshop. McVay is hopeful all 3 will return this season. Lake's IR replacement comes as no surprise after it was revealed Wednesday that he underwent elbow surgery. Havenstein played 100% of the offensive snaps in a win over the Seahawks last Monday, but McVay said he's dealing with a knee and ankle issues, and Higbee suffered an ankle injury of his own against Seattle. So Havenstein's ankle issue kept him out of 3 games earlier this season. When healthy enough to play in 2025, the 11th year Ram has continued to serve as a full-time starter. Havenstein has started in 148 regular season games. Since then, St. Louis Rams picked him in the 2nd round of the 2025 draft. That's kind of cool. They go back to the St. Louis Rams. I like that. But yeah, I mean, look, some of these guys are going to have to step up. The Los Angeles Rams have been doing a pretty good job of utilizing their tight ends, so I think they'll be okay. But hey, they're whining and grinding over here with what they're doing over in Los Angeles. And does this take a step away? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, they seem to have control of what they're doing. They're 9-2. They're no joke right now, and they're doing their thing. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they got a tough matchup on Sunday night against the Bucks, so
they do. They're going to need everything they got.
It won't help their chances, but hey, we'll see.
No. But with that, let's get into some predictions. Let's show the people what they came here for. What do you say?
Can I just make one note before we leave, before we move on to the next thing? So it was a very underrated small signing that probably nobody outside of Louisiana would care about. But the Saints signed receiver Jaquan Jackson, the former Tulane receiver, to their practice squad. So he's a little bit smaller. He's 5'9", 188 pounds, but great return man. Good slot guy. So Louisiana's very own Jaquan Jackson comes back home. So
nice. It's good to play for the home team, you know.
Always.
Gotta feel good.
Yeah, and he made a couple appearances on New Orleans Top Football. So
nice.
With Underhill and them talking ball with about Tulane stuff. So
that's
all comes full circle.
Nice. Well, I mean, look. In around a month, you and I will be sitting next to each other watching the 2 worst teams in
Oh yeah, we'll be on the streets of Bourbon Street at this point next year.
We will, baby.
Go figure. Comes fast.
So with that, let's jump into some predictions for the fans, for the people that want to see it. And you tell me, C-Dub, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, or it's completely up to you. I give you my friend.
You go ahead.
You want me to go first? Okay. I will take the reins on this one. So starting off in week 12, this is going to be a Thursday game. Start that over.
Want to restart?
Yeah.
We're live. We're live, baby. No redos in this game.
Okay. No, there's no redos. That's why we bring water to the table. So week 12 schedule predictions. Let's go. Bills going over to the Texans. The Bills have a high-powered offense, but that Texans defense could stop them a little. But look, I still think it's going to be the Bills away. They need a win again. Bills are going to take it.
All right, and to start the early slate on Sunday, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Chicago Bears. Pittsburgh's a little in flux. Aaron Rodgers is questionable to play, and Rudolph with his nose so bright. Don't care. Give me Caleb and the Bears at home.
Caleb and the Bears. Patriots going over to Cincinnati. Patriots are rocking and rolling, and I think they may just win this one. Give me the Patriots in Cincinnati.
All right, you have the New York Giants visiting the Detroit Lions. I believe Dart is going through his concussion protocol, so he is questionable to play this Sunday. And the Lions basically just got embarrassed with one of their worst offensive performances on that Sunday night game. They're going to want to prove something. Give me Golf and the Lions.
Golf and the Lions. Vikings divisional game going into Green Bay. I don't know which Vikings team is going to show up. I don't know what's going to happen here. So, you know what? Just give me Green Bay at home. They are due for a good win at home.
All right, you have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Tennessee Titans. Seahawks coming off that excruciating loss against the Rams where Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. Titans held in with the Texans, excuse me. But Seattle's defense is an absolute unit. Give me Seattle on the road.
All right. Big game here. Colts going over to Kansas City. Kansas City is 5-5. They need a win in the worst way right now. But you know what? I know everybody wants Kansas City at home. I'm taking the Colts. They're red hot. They just have so many weapons. I don't think this defense is going to be able to contain it. Give me Daniel Jones in Kansas City.
All right, you have the New York Jets, your New York Jets, visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar coming off one of the worst performances of his career, if not the worst. You switch to Tyrod Taylor, new general, no problem. Give me the Ravens at home.
You're right. Browns and the Raiders. I think C-Dub has a really good point here. This is going to be a defensive game, and I think the Raiders are probably just going to have a better quarterback and maybe a better defense getting after the quarterback. Give me the Raiders at home.
All right. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars heading west to the Arizona Cardinals. Jaguars just dominated the Chargers in bullying fashion. Cardinals, you have Jacoby Brissett, who just broke that record for NFL completions. This is kind of like a toss-up to me, but give me the Cardinals at home. I feel like Jacksonville, they're up and down. I feel like this week they could be down.
All right. Eagles and the Cowboys. The Cowboys are hosting the Eagles coming in, and they're flying in hardcore. And I really think that the Cowboys are going to give a little bit of a problem to this defense. But at the end, I think the Eagles are probably going to take it by a field goal or two with these division games. Give me the Eagles on the road.
They'll probably push it in there. So
they might.
You have the Atlanta Falcons visiting the New Orleans Saints. So it's Atlanta hate week all week. The Falcons, they're down Michael Penix Jr. They are down Drake London. Saints are coming off their bye week. Give me the Saints at home. It's going to mess up our tank, but shucks and get a second win.
All right. The Bucs going over to Los Angeles. This could be a really good game. I think 2 high-powered offenses, and Baker has got something to prove this time around. Going to be a great SNF, but I just give me Stafford. They can't stop rolling in the good news. So, give them more good news with a win.
All right. So you have the Carolina Panthers visiting the San Francisco 49ers to close out the Week 12 slate. Carolina, you have Bryce Young coming off that career day, franchise record in passing yards, but he only plays well when it comes to the Falcons. So give me San Francisco and a healthy Brock Purdy at home.
All right. And I'm going to ask C-Dub what C-Dub always asks me. Which one are you looking forward to the most, my friend?
So for me, I mean, obviously the Buccaneers and Rams, like that's a highlight. It looks like it's going to be a great Sunday night game. And of course, we always love to watch Falcons Saints. But the one that I'm actually going to make sure that I tune into, it's not going to be Shedeur Sanders and the Raiders. It's actually going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chicago Bears.
Okay.
I want to continue to see how Caleb's development goes. I want to see how he does against this aggressive Pittsburgh defense that's kind of really turned it on our last few weeks. I haven't been super high on the Pittsburgh defense this year, but they have shown improvement, and I want to see how Caleb responds to those 2 edge rushers there.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh defense is starting to get a little bit nastier by the week. They're starting to come up a little bit, make a lot more plays. They signed some people the past 2 or 3 weeks, and they're going to make it a little bit more difficult. I would say that mine going in would either be the Buffalo and Houston game, knowing that Houston has a very good defense, one of the top 3 defenses in this league, and they're going to put a ton of pressure on Josh Allen. They're going to make him really have to do something. But if you look at it, you can run all over the Buffalo Bills. So Woody Marks can have a day if they clear the hole correctly and allow them to run on this team. And I would say the other matchup that I really want to see, I want to see how Daniel Jones reacts to this really tough Kansas City defense. And is he going to give it? Is Alec Pierce going to be a sneaky play this year or this week? I think he really can be. Michael Pittman is averaging in fantasy, I think, around 10 to 12 per week. But Alec Pierce is, he's hands down been tearing up every single defense every single week. It doesn't matter who it is. So what cornerback 3 is going to be able to cover this guy? I'm really interested to see what the Colts offense can do against this Kansas City defense, or what the Kansas City defense can do against this Colts offense. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones kind of showing some holes in his armor the last couple games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he's gone 1-1, I guess, against Pittsburgh and then Atlanta there, but I don't know. It makes me a little nervous that he's kind of showing some signs of the old Daniel Jones. But also, I have a question for you in regards to that Bills and Houston game. Mm-hmm. It's Davis Mills again. So, are you afraid at all that the Bills might be able to get up by a score or two and they have to completely abandon the run game and have to start throwing it?
I think they have enough targets on, enough wide receivers to target, if they do have to abandon it. Like Nico Collins, doesn't matter who he's facing, just seems to get the ball, seems to make plays. Jaden Higgins coming in is also still making plays. Jalen Noel sometimes is also making plays, but Christian Kirk, if he's healthy, he's also getting some targets. So they have more than enough wide receivers to spread the ball out and to make sure that they can create opportunities downfield. And maybe they don't always get into the end zone, but their defense gives them more than enough chances to get the ball back so that they can kick 2 field goals or 3 field goals, and they can keep it kind of even. So that's kind of what makes it a little bit more interesting, knowing that they do have that defense that can give them back the ball and continuously give them another opportunity to get down the field to score.
Yeah, that game just makes me nervous because, I mean, obviously the Bills, they're pissed off right now. I mean, they showed it this past week. And, Josh Allen had a couple of boneheaded turnovers, but at the same time, he was able to take over that game. And it makes me kind of worried that he might, if the Bills come out and start out fast, like like they did against Tampa Bay, I don't know. It makes me nervous that the Texans could get down big fast, and then you have to focus on just the passing. So it makes me nervous to play any type of Houston running back, despite the great matchup on paper.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's some excellent games this week, and I can't wait to watch a bunch of them. And I'm glad that they're spaced out too, because there are a couple games where they overlay each other, which is great. You discussed that Steelers and Bears game, and then that Colts and Kansas City game. But at the same point, we have a great Sunday night game coming in. I think everybody's going to want to watch that. And even that defensive game over in Las Vegas might be pretty good. But we have some good 4:00 games and a good Monday night game. That Carolina and San Francisco game could turn to be a shootout. So I'm excited to, this is a really, really good Week 12 set, and a really, really tough to try to see who's going to win what. So.
Yeah. And, I know yesterday I gave a shout out to Baker and his family on the announcement of their baby boy. Tyler Shuck and his family, they are also made an announcement that they are due for a baby boy here soon as well. So Shuck's on a pretty good run. He gets named as a starter. He won an NFL game, and now he's going to be a soon-to-be dad. So, I mean, what a run.
Shout out Tyler Shuck. Yeah. Shout outs to him, man. Shout out to Tyler Shuck. Look, there's just baby boys going all over the place now. Look at that,
Yeah. Go figure.
But with that, if you guys have not already followed us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, swiped up on Spotify and Apple, make sure that you do. Please hit us up and let us know that you guys are listening. You guys care. Hit the 5 stars when you swipe up. Leave the comments. It helps us with the algorithm. But for Dirty and C-Dub, that is it for us with the predictions. And
you got to tell us. Please tell us why Team A will not lose to Team B and how wrong we are. Please.
Yeah, we love that.
Please tell us.
he knows that I love that. So
Yeah, please. We gotta give Dirty something to do behind the scenes. So
it's yeah, we don't have enough to do.
yeah.
All right, guys. Peace. Have a great night.